That's what I'm trying to tell you.
This ain't that. You ain't got no Mickey Factz is not pulling up with the strap.
This ain't
Lupe Fiasco ain't hopping out with the. He ain't pulling no drive-bys with a samurai sword, my nigga. It's not happening.
Ain't about Mickey Factz about to do shit. That's what I'm trying to understand. Where the energy is from.
All right.
What's the energy for?
The energy is being competitive.
No,
it's something that we all had when we was younger, and they trying to awaken that spirit within you. I think you taking it the wrong way, bro.
I'm not taking it the wrong way, bro. You talking about a relationship that's the end of the relationship, a podcast that's done because of this. You talk like you're it's like you're overlooking certain points because you just want to get to the raps. I told you.
Well, here's the question: why is it done?
That's what I'm saying. You had to ask Lupe that, bro. The niggas,
oh, he decided he don't want to do it.
Yeah, the niggas with the feelings, bro. The niggas with the feelings. Now
that sound like a 16. That sound like a 16 to me.
Now when I'm taking in all the energy and it's off-putting to me, now niggas is like, oh, Royce is in the feelings. Man, that's a difficult position to be in, bro. That's a difficult position to be in. You know what I mean? Especially, I don't have to be in these conversations, bro. It's not like a thing where I need to just be fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like having fun, fucking challenging niggas to rap and having fun with niggas and all of that. I don't have to fucking do that, bro. I don't have
I understand you don't have to, but you know what it is for us, right? You know what it is for us. Our fans are the lifeblood of our careers. Our fans are the lifeblood of our careers. If the fans are cool with it, I don't think that it should be such a out of range thing where it's like, oh, now niggas is feeling like that. Nah, bro, just get out there and do you, man. That's it. That's all niggas looking for. Get out there and do you. I done heard too many Royce the 5'9" projects, and every project with the exception of Allegory, I say you're killing rappers. You are bragging about killing rappers. You were in a group called Slaughterhouse, and the name was Slaughterhouse because y'all kill rappers, and that's all we want, bro. That's all we want. I'm not gonna stay on here and talk y'all to death, but that's all we want, Royce. And if Lupe feels some sort of way about doing the podcast, hey, my nigga, I'm here. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. It's all good. It's all good. But nah, I'm really saying, like, you ain't gotta stress that, bro. Just get out there and rap. That's all niggas looking for.
I'm not stressing anything, bro. I'm just saying how I feel, man.
I feel you, man. But it's 2021. It's 2021, and getting on camera saying you're gonna break somebody's neck ain't a good idea. You feel me?
That I will break his neck.
All right, man. Same difference. Same difference, right? Same difference. Same difference. But I'm looking. I'm watching.
No, you ain't.
I'm watching and I'm appreciating.
You ain't watching.
I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm watching. We all watching. You think 3 ever had this many people on his live? Never. We all watching. We all watching, son. Yo, 3, you look like a you like a poker player that always lose. Stop dressing like that, nigga. I love you though. I love you though.
I love you, little brother.
I love you though. But real talk, that's all we want, Royce. That's all we want. They don't woke up the beast. If they woke up the beast, bring the beast out. Bring the beast out, my nigga. There's an opportunity for everybody. There's a way to turn a negative into a positive. That's what this is right now. Turn the negative into a positive. Period. You feel me?
All right, man.
You feel me though?
All right, man. All right, Brooklyn.
All right.
All right, Brooklyn. Go ahead.
I'm out of here. I'm in the park with Lil Man. Salute. Love y'all.
That's why you acting like that.
You said what?
You with your son. That's why you acting like that.
Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true. Come on, man. You know what it is, man.
Niggas be like, get over it, man. Get over it till it's them.
Oh, no. Come on, bro. Look who you talking to. Look who you talking to. Come on, son. If I could get over it, everybody can, son. Everybody can.
It ain't really nothing to get over. It's just kind of what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of saying this is. He was asking me what I thought about Mickey Factz song. I was saying it was kind of hard to get a good gauge on it because I'm so off put by it. He rapping good. You know, that's to be expected. But it's hard. It's hard for me to get a gauge on it because it's just the energy is just something different. Something different from what we've been talking about. You know what I'm saying? Him and Lou, them two together. And then I see a live stream where Lou is talking about that they plan to fucking jump me at a time where I'm at least protected and all that. And turn around and friends no more, walk away from the podcast. It's like, bro, what is wrong with
you? Look, bro, y'all legendary. Y'all legendary. History is unfolding right now. How you want the story to be told depends on what you say in that booth.
I ain't got no booth, bro.
Royce, man, cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. We want the raps. We want the raps.
And that, bro, I didn't say nobody was getting raps. He asked me a question, bro. I'm just asking a question.
Yo, Go got rapper friend too. Oda.
Royce going outside.
Yo, don't read them comments, bro. Don't read them comments. Don't read the comments. Trust me. Don't read the comments. And if you do, use it as fuel. If anybody count you out right now, just use it as fuel, my nigga. It's time to cook. It's time to cook. That's it.
I ain't worried about nobody counting me out. I'm worried about, I don't like motherfuckers talking about me like they out of their goddamn mind. I ain't worried about nobody counting me out.
It's the internet. That's what it's for.
No, it ain't. No, that ain't.
You know, ain't nobody gonna walk up to you with that same energy. So
yeah,
it's the internet. That's what it's for.
That's what I'm talking about.
We want the raps, Royce.
Huh?
We want the raps. We want the raps. We want the raps, man. We want to know who you about to tag in. We want the raps.
Y'all not deserving.
Oh.
Y'all not deserving, man. Y'all are being mean to me.
Y'all
not deserving.
Yo, Royce is gassing y'all right now, son.
Yeah. Not deserving. Can't nobody thank you. Nobody thank you.
It's lit out here.
Nobody ever said, yo, thank you, Royce, for all of this energy.
I told you that. I've been saying to Royce that. I told
you think they not? You think
Royce,
they not?
Him doing this has brought Lupe Fiasco out. Hold on, man. It's brought Lupe out. It's made Mickey go in the booth and get it popping. So he's on a lot.
Look, aside from the records going at each other, I know great music is gonna come out of this. We know this. We know that just like we know technology is gonna bump up like 2 times the speed during a war, we know that motherfuckers is gonna be making some shit now because they got everybody's ears. Everybody's listening.
I was gonna sit down. Now I'm gonna pace around because I know they don't like when I do that either. I hope y'all get fucking vertigo for disrespecting me.
I love this nigga.
We want the raps. We want the raps. Bring Slaughterhouse Royce back. Bring him back.
Who is Slaughterhouse Royce?
Slaughterhouse Royce. When y'all was getting in the booth trying to kill each other. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back.
Man, if you can't rap.
I can rap. I'm waiting to jump in. I just want one of y'all to say my name. Everybody getting smoked.
I'm about to dish you right now.
Go ahead.
I mean, niggas already coming at me with the bad energy, so I might as well dish you too and worry about getting.
You're gonna need allies. You're gonna need allies. These nerds are strong out here. The nerds are strong out here, son. Like, you're gonna need allies.
I might as well dish somebody who actually swing.
There you go. Oh.
I'm gonna say your name. I'm gonna say your name and put on that motherfucking headgear.
Look, I'll be waiting for it. I love the energy. I love the energy. This is what we all needed. This is what we all needed. Turn that negative into a positive. Turn that negative into a positive, bro. This is what we waiting for. It's what we waiting for. Yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I'm about to go bust little man ass again.
What's up, man? Repeating that same anecdote.
Shout out, man.
Deal with your son, man. Positive.
Yo, salute. I'm out.
My nigga. This nigga punched somebody on camera. You talking about turn a negative into a positive.
Oh my God, man.
Nigga was rapping. We just come and take the shit. Your son get out my face. Son get out my face. He told that nigga 2 times. He told that 2 times, and that was it. He was swinging. Kept me to just accept whatever and turn it into a positive.
Oh man.
It's only in rap where you got to just accept whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you just, whatever it is, you just accept it. Accept it. We want to hear rap. Stop crying, niggas going out sad.
What do you think about that when you hear that though? What do you think about people say that you're going out sad though? That's kind of wild for a person of your stature going out sad though. Attach that to your name.
I gotta look at that person's. I gotta closely examine that person's page, and really get an idea of what I'm dealing with. Because I don't even know if everybody ain't even like you never know if it's even a real hip hop fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It may be some casual, person that's just like subscribed to hear like people say just a bunch of fucking dumb shit about each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be the motherfucking buzzkill, man, but I don't think that that's cool, man. I don't think that that's cool. I don't think that that's cool for niggas to do that to each other. I don't like that energy. I don't like the way it look. I don't like when other people do it. I don't like watching it.
Mm.
And now I'm in a position. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like Matt, but just rap, Royce. Just rap. Forget all of that. He's a fucking boy. I tell you.
Is there a part of you feel that people want you to clip up so badly that it pisses you off to the point that it might make you go to the booth and get your shit off? Is it one of those things that you're fighting both that? Like, I don't want to deal with that shit, but I'm Royce the fucking 5'9", or at the end of the day also. Is it one of those things?
This ain't about being inspired to go in there and rap about nobody.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't rapping about somebody ain't the problem. Rapping about niggas in that way is in the way it look, and seeing your name on YouTube with the word beef next to it. That shit just not cool to me, man.
Right.
I understand that people don't understand, but I don't like it.
At our age also, when you get to 40s, I feel you, Royce. At my age, I don't really like when niggas go into that bag too much. This went bad for some reason. Niggas losing podcasts. Listen, I thought you and Lupe would have had the greatest podcast ever if niggas would have just kept, if it didn't get to this level where people feel disrespected on both sides. Lupe feels away, you feel away, Mickey, you know what I mean? It would have been the greatest podcast ever if niggas would have just,
I mean, that's cool, relationships come and go. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have to be so closely associated with one another. Just wish each other well. You know what I'm saying? I still wish him the best. You know what I mean? I still want what's best for him. You know what I mean? But everybody ain't meant to just be so closely knitted around each other. You know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of competitive rappers, and I understand that you're dealing with a different kind of individual. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, we all got our little quirks about us. You know what I mean? Like, but the competitive part, the being uncomfortable around niggas, it's never been like one of my things. Probably because I'm just desensitized from Joe and Crook and Joel and Marshall just trying to bury me at every second. You know what I'm saying? And I started doing the album with Black Thought, and he was from an email away from burying me every day. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't really have a problem with being out rapped on a song. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so used to it. So I don't really trip like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a that ain't like one of the things. But the whole being around people and people telling you what you're thinking, and people telling you what you meant when you said something, when you were very intentional with what you said.
Right.
Difficult, man. It's difficult for a motherfucker to just think you meant something else when you said what you meant. You know what I'm saying? I did a fucking video on my page expressing my love, respect, and admiration for what Cassidy is doing. And I understood where the misunderstanding was at and how Mickey just didn't want to be in the middle, so he just kind of dropped the ball. When Cassidy was asking him, he heard that I was saying his name and he heard I had an issue. So when I talked to Mickey, Mickey was like, I understand exactly what you're saying. And then he goes back on the song. He goes on the song and basically said, you was lying, nigga. You had a problem with Cass.
Mm. So Royce,
I'm Cassidy. I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, this nigga Royce running around with an issue with me and just scared to say it.
okay, I can see why.
Why am I in that position?
All right, but let me ask you this though. A lot of people say about the bitch part, calling a grown man a bitch. That
Huh?
could calling a grown man a bitch could really go left, and that could, egos are bruised by calling a man a female dog. You know what I'm saying? A BITCH type shit.
Yeah,
So
I don't want you to misconstrue anything that I'm saying with me not holding myself accountable for the part I played and everything.
got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never claim to be the best communicator. But one thing I do is I don't mind facing whatever it is and getting to, a solution. You know what I mean? I know how I am. That's why I'm always so like tight about not letting things go to a certain level because I can't control myself in certain situations. Lupe came out and addressed me in a way that people just don't talk to me. And he caught me off guard. I didn't know he was going to do that. And I just reacted. You know what I mean? And I know how those situations can happen. That's why this is the third time he turned up on me like that. It was 2 other times we was recording the podcast where we just deleted that piece. But he just turned up on me, and I was telling him like, "Yo, man, don't raise your voice at me, man. Like, let's just figure out a different way to communicate." You know what I mean? Like, you ain't never got to worry about me trying to change how you feel. You always gonna be able to have your opinion with me. I don't have to agree with everything that you have to say or all your ideologies. I can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can agree to disagree. You don't try to change how I feel. I'm not gonna change how you. I'm gonna try and change how you feel. Whether I think you're right or you're wrong, and I'm still gonna fuck with you regardless. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do, and it's a very, very foundational thing. All you got to do is just respect me, man. You don't have to fucking salute me from here to across the street. Just don't do fundamental things like yell and curse at me.
Well, Royce, you don't think they respect you though?
Huh?
You don't think Mickey Factz and Lupe respect you though, King?
I don't know. I can't speak for them. I'm saying they've disrespect. I don't know if they respect or not. I don't really care at this point. You know what I mean? Like it already went to a place. It already went to a place, and I feel it's put it like this: we where we are right now because that's where they wanted it to be. And what I'm trying to figure out is why y'all wanted it to be here. Why do we got to be here? Like what's that about? I don't really need an answer. I'm just offset.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just imagine if you just happen to go into a boxing gym and you just looking at the premises, and next thing you know, you in the ring, and a motherfucker just teeing off on you. You like, goddamn, nigga, I ain't asked for all this. I thought, one thing led to another. I ain't subscribed to this. I guess I can still defend myself, but you know what I mean? When you ain't expected, it's a little bit different. It hit a little bit different. It make you think, damn, was they thinking this the whole time before I even got in the gym?
Royce, but I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard your joint though, brother, I gotta go back to the Sunship line though, because a lot of people harping on the Sunship line, and I'm wondering if you hear that line, how would you have felt if you heard that line? How would you have taken that line if it was coming at you though? That Sunship line itself.
I wouldn't have been tripping over the Sunship line, but if I offended somebody with the Sunship line, that's a simple, easy fix. That's just an apology. You know what I mean? Like I'm not above, like accidentally crossing the line. I can tell you this though, that line was just hyperbole. It was just a metaphor. So it wasn't intentional on my part to cross the line, to be, like so purposefully fucking disparaging. It wasn't my intention. If it came off like that, then yeah, lyrics they can do that.
But let me ask you,
it's a lot of lines that we all say, but we all know when some shit toes the line and some shit is very, very intentional, with the writer had an intention behind certain things. You know what I mean? And there's just been a lot of like narrative switching and painting me to be, something, you know what I mean? And that Cassidy thing, man, just don't fucking sit well with me, because it's like, why do you keep painting me to like look like something? I ain't dealt with that kind of shit since I was drinking, and it was with girls. Yeah, yeah. What is that? Boswin, Ward, Rowdy Criminal. Yeah, I told Mickey to go hard. I ain't beg him, but I told him to go hard, and I wanted him to go hard. Not go hard and say a bunch of ridiculous shit. He ain't said a bunch of ridiculous shit. He just said a few things that I was just like, oh, okay. Okay.
Besides the Cassidy line, though, what else bothered you? What else triggered you, though? Besides the
I had to go back and listen.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I had to go back and listen. But the Cassidy thing stuck out to me because I was just like, oh, okay, that was an intentional kind of like to fuck with some shit that is like that don't sit well with me. I explained to him how it didn't sit well with me. I'm like another man sitting around feeling like that I'm bringing his name up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be different if I had brought his name up to Mickey. I never mentioned his name to Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Never said anything to him about any Cassidy interview. Never said anything about Math, him and Math's interview. This is all things that Mickey just sort of assumed based off of what I was posting on my Instagram. It's one thing to have an assumption, but it's a whole nother thing to kind of like spearhead, appoint yourself as the liaison between some shit, and then just kind of go, yeah, okay, yeah. I think it was an interview he had with Math, where he said something about, you said something about him or something. It's like, fam, I've never said anything to you about this man saying anything about him.
Let me ask you this. What do you feel when he said that this all started from when Ransom and RJ Payne said that they were the best rappers and everything like that, and he alluded that you didn't address those brothers, but you're addressing Lupe and put him in the line also. What do you say to that?
What are you talking about? Address Lupe on what?
No, on the song that you just released last week or a couple of days ago. You know what I mean? On the song.
Yeah. What are you talking about? The song that I released, that song that I rap when I ain't fucking have a choice.
Right.
I rap like 5 fucking times.
No. I'm saying when Mickey said that this all started from RJ Payne and Ransom, and that you didn't address them, but you're addressing us though. That's what he kind of alluded to on the song also. You know, I just want to get your take on that.
What the fuck? Like, have y'all been following? Have y'all been following everything that's been going on?
Do you want to add Mickey?
Huh?
You want to add Mickey? He's on it. Do you want to add him?
Man, you can add him if you want to. Mickey better make sure Mickey say the right thing right now. Because here's my thing, bro.
All right.
When I start with the whole Ransom and the RJ Payne shit, bro, we did countless like live streams and we've been having fun with the shit. We've been planning things to do. We've been planning on doing like bars on I-95 shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's addressed. We addressed it on the live stream. We addressed it. We had plenty of conversations about. I think we got to a point where all of us was feeling like, all right, we talked about it enough in a competitive way where it's time for somebody to just start rapping.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing about it is we was talking and Mickey and Lupe, they injected themselves into the conversation.
Guess what? With your permission, I'm gonna add Mickey in. But if I know Mickey, he's not gonna come back with the rah-rah though, Royce. You know what I mean?
I'm not. Listen, man, I don't like to be in that space, man.
Right.
I don't like that.
Brothers talk. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the clarity, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Mick.
Yo.
What's good, King?
What's going on?
What's good, brother?
I'm chilling.
What you got to say, Mickey Factz?
I'm just sitting here listening to what's going on. And I just think at this point, a lot of clarity just needs to be, handled at this point from my standpoint. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak for Lou. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to clarify comments that I made previously, address some things in the song, address why we are where we are. You know what I mean? So the first situation is that is the Cassidy situation, right? Me and Royce had a conversation offline, and I don't want to say I jumped out the window, but I assumed something off of what was happening, you know, prior to that conversation. And I put that when Cassidy asked me about it, I assumed that that's what the conversation was about, right?
So what happened in that conversation prior?
Okay, no,
I don't remember.
Because during that conversation, we were talking about Cassidy was asking me about what was the issue.
Yeah, I'm talking about the conversation prior that you're talking about that you had with me that made you assume that I had an issue with Cassidy.
Me and you
what did I say to you to make you think that?
Me and you had a conversation about why did you think that I had an issue with Cassidy, and I was
talking about that conversation?
Huh?
You talking about that conversation where I was a little bit mad about how you handled when he was.
You sent me a text and you was like, "Yo, I'm not feeling with what that was," and I was like, "All right, well, let me call you." So I called you and we talked about it, and it was like, "All right, you know what? I jumped out the window because I assumed that when you were on your rant that it was about Cass."
Right? Now you talking about when I was posting on IG.
Right.
Okay.
So when you was posting on IG, from my standpoint, it was right after that interview that Cass had with Math and Daylight. So I didn't see the interview, but I had heard about the interview. So, and then you were posting, you were intentional with what you were posting, but it had nothing to do with Cass, but I assumed that it was. So I was like, okay, this is probably why he's going off, right?
Okay, yeah. So let me clarify something to you. All right. Now, one thing that I learned off of communicating with people via text or just trying to read captions and trying to you can't text expression. You know what I'm saying? So when we use words like rant, we need to be really careful because there's a various amount of ways that can be taken. When I first of all, I don't go on rants. Like unless I'm really upset about something and I'll speak. I'll put my camera on and I'll speak about it. When I was posting that night on IG, I was posting about and part of it was inspired by some of the things Cassidy has been saying in the battle rap space, conversations y'all been having about the science of syllables. And I was intrigued by it because I thought us in Detroit was the only niggas who sit around and had those kinds of conversations. So I'm highly entertained by the way that he expresses himself in regards to the science of syllables. Even with the shit that I disagree with, it's funny. I like it. There's no downside to it. I have no problem with it. So, but there is pieces of it that if we had some sort of relationship, then that could be challenged. You know what I'm saying? So like when I started talking about the science on my IG, because I don't really know Cass like that, I made sure that I kept everything that I was saying really broad. So part of it was inspired by that, but it wasn't a rant. It was a reason to post different styles, different ways that I was approaching syllables, different ways that Elzai is approaching the syllables, Marshall from way back from a certain year, you know what I mean? All of these things that correlate to the point, kind of like the point that I was making. And I was just talking about just competitive rap, really long captions, and just music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a rant. It was just me talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I was done with that, by the time I was done with that, we had already had Ransom and fucking RJ Payne in the conversation. We was off to the races. We was having a ball. I was up all night. We was having a fucking ball. Everybody was laughing. You was in the comments laughing. Lou came into the comments. Y'all came into the comments. Y'all came into the conversation.
We came into the conversation. Well, I came into the conversation because I found it fire that you was posting your shit and niggas, because the posts are up. So I was just like, damn, this nigga's going off. This shit is fire. This nigga's posting fire shit. Fire shit. Fire shit. This shit is hard. That's all I was doing, right? So then now when RJ posts what he posts, right? You have a specific energy that you put out there, So I was like, oh, okay, this nigga got this type of energy. All right, that's what's up.
Explain that.
Wait, let me finish, Royce. Let me finish. Right? So when you posted what you posted in response, I was like, that's hard. You know, that's how he feel. When I saw RJ response, I was like, all right, the way RJ responded in his post, it was like, all right, you know what? Let me hit Royce and see if we could just get on live to talk it out. Now, me inserting myself into that, if that's something, if niggas feel like that was me jumping into a conversation that had nothing to do with me, when I saw that, it could have
everything at that moment right there that you're talking about, everything was still all good. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand somebody from maybe the outside looking in, looking at it and maybe coming to a conclusion that rappers have a problem with each other because so many rappers in the past have been so fucked up toward each other that they ruined the reputation for us. But if they knew the nature of me and RJ's relationship, they would know that the very first time I ever heard of him, I went straight to his site and bought every album on his website.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's well.
He's been to Detroit multiple times. That's my man. We talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that don't need to be clarified to everybody. You know, people can think that it's a problem, but as long as me and him know it's not a problem, you know what I'm saying? So when he came into the live, he did step in there with his Philly on, just to make sure everything was good. But we quickly cleared that up and we started getting into the conversation because niggas is not used to having these kinds of conversations competitively and still be cool. It's still weird to some niggas.
Right, but that's the reason why I wanted to have that conversation, because as you just said, he came into the live with the aggression. So I wanted to make sure we had that conversation so that everything got squared away and then we could laugh about it. Right. So that was intentional on my behalf to make sure we had the conversation. So it's like, OK, this is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. Now that that's out the way, let's have this conversation. Boom. So now we have the conversation. Everybody's good. Everybody's laughing. We do a second conversation. Niggas is sharing music. Look, this is what we want to do. We want to do this. Da, 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 boom, 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 boom. And then it gets to the Cassidy situation. Right. And that's where me and you have the conversation offline. We talk. I'm like, all right, you know what? I fucked up. I apologize to you privately. I was like, I'm going to do it publicly with Cass, and we're going to have Crooked Eye on the live so that everything is squared away and we can have another discussion about how niggas put they shit together from different regions. That is literally what I was trying to do, because I didn't want you to make a live or do a whole post that you did. That was not intentional. I wanted us to have that live that day. You couldn't make it. Cass was late, so we had to reschedule it. But by the time we was trying to reschedule it, it was too late. You put your post up because you went off of what I had already did. You know what I'm saying? He was thinking what he was thinking. So it was like, okay, you're trying to squash it because at the end of the day, you don't want that shit attached to your name. You said this to me privately. You said it publicly. You don't want the word beef attached to your name. Cool, I get it. So I understand that point. I understand that part from that place. So it's like, I bet. The conversation at that point, after me and Crooked had that talk, the conversation is dead. Nobody's talking about, there's no more lives. Nobody's having no more lives.
Agreed.
Then the week of my birthday, we did the podcast for Patreon. I jumped on the live with y'all. Shit was fire. Mad grateful, always grateful. And then 2 days later, I get a call from Mook and Lux. They saw the 2-week-old conversation. And they like, yo, what we doing? Whose side you on, Lupe and Royce? And I'm like, what are you talking about? This shit is mad old. And it was like, nah, what niggas is talking about the best, all of this crazy shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't got nothing to do with none of that shit. That shit is old talk. And I deaded it. Lux DMs Lupe. Lupe does what he does. Cool, whatever. I'm at dinner. I see you on live with Guru. I'm like, oh, okay, niggas is on live. And you know, y'all continuing that conversation, but it's just you and Guru. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Mook and Lux get on the live. It is what it is. Them niggas got on loud. I said they was gonna get on loud. I jump on the live. We having this conversation. Boom, niggas is having a conversation. I'm eating. Lupe jumps on. Y'all have y'all spat. Lupe jumps off. And then that's where we were. Lupe's get off y'all live. I get on Lou live. And then I say what I say, right? This is what I said. I said, I think Royce might be having something rolling out. Now, listen, when I said that, it didn't mean you was rolling out an album. And I wasn't direct and clear what I said, but it wasn't you rolling out an album, or you might have been rolling out a freestyle, or you might have been rolling out a diss record, or you might have been rolling out something. It was just me saying, yo, he might be rolling out something. It could have been you just stamping who you were in the conversation. And I wasn't clear when I said that, right? So when you didn't hit me again about it, but I got hit on the side from Bishop, and he was like, yo, what you said is fucked up, because now your words aren't clear. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, now I'm in another situation that I didn't mean to get in, because that wasn't my intention. My intention was just, Royce is gonna put out something, he's rolling out something, but it didn't mean that it was gonna be a diss record. So even when, and if you wait, and even when you rewatch that, Lupe was like, you think he's gonna diss? I was like, I don't think he's gonna diss you. I think he's just putting something together. That's literally what I say on the live. So when you put out your joint, he puts out his joint. It's like, all right, this is crazy. This is dope. This is dope. Y'all pull me into the live, right? And y'all ask me what's going on, and this is where we are now, right? Because I had no intentions in jumping in anything. I was just happy to be involved with the dialogue of hip hop. Because we don't do this shit, like, because it turns into this shit, what we have now, right?
So let me ask you a question. When do you think the energy shifted?
The energy shifted at that live between Guru, me, you, Lupe. That's when the energy shifted. At that exact moment. That's when the energy shifted. At that moment.
What exact point during that live?
I think it came from both sides. You know. I mean, everybody's saying, to me, you calling him a bitch was because he was loud. He was getting loud, but it was just weird. It was just weird in general, because he was already revved up from the conversation he had. So it was just weird to see both of y'all on that type of time. It was just weird, my nigga. He was shirtless. He came in yelling, but you called him a bitch, my nigga. Like, and that set him off.
Me calling him a bitch is not what set him off, bro. Whatever him and Lux talked about is what set him off. He came into my live already turned up, bro. I don't know if y'all know this, but I don't have anybody in my life who I call a bitch, bro. That's not like a regular occurrence for me. I don't have that kind of relationship with any of my friends. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't feel good about doing that. Like, looking at it in retrospect, I was in a situation where I was caught off guard and I just reacted based on something somebody was doing. Somebody came at me in a way that it's not even characteristic of what our relationship is.
Right.
On a public platform in front of people. And it's very difficult to articulate how I feel about things, because I feel like everybody's grouping everybody's actions together. Like it's one fucking monolith. Like, oh, it was a you called him a bitch, so it went left. Okay, yeah, I called him a bitch. That's one conversation. That's a conversation that if we had, I could, yo, my bad, and I can why I went there. It's a bigger conversation to him coming into my life, because I was the shift in this whole shit. And what happens when you don't talk about these things and everybody keep downplaying them, they snowball. And it's turned into more and more energy. And now I'm receiving energy that I ain't subscribed to. Because ain't nobody, Lupe ain't worrying about nobody going, yeah, Lupe got something he rolling out. He must be trying to conspire to do something, you know, to get me to do this and do that. Oh, Mickey Factz must mean this, because he must be, it's only happening to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, I'm getting dissed by every motherfucking which way. I'm getting dissed by Osiris Anthem, I'm getting dissed by Lupe rapped like 5 times before I did something. And then when Lupe rapped after what I did, it was disparaging, and he walked away from the relationship and the podcast, and then you come behind it with some shit just as disparaging.
I don't believe what I did was disparaging.
Well, okay.
And this is why we got on that live, and when I got on that live, I was like, we were talking about what he did, and then it came across as y'all was trying to question what I was doing. And from my standpoint, you know what I'm saying, my name was said twice, and I had some shit written, but it wasn't what I put together. What I put together was off of that live. That was the energy that I got from that live. I was very intentional about asking you about certain things.
So you feel like the energy you gave me on that disc is energy that I was giving you?
Yes, on that live. Yes, I asked you specific questions, and you answered specifically. This is what you should do. If you're gonna come hard. And this Sunships bar wasn't about you, but I wanted to.
This is a total disconnect from people being from 2 different walks of life. And I can understand this and be okay with it as long as we have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think that, like, step it up, like, go hard means think of the craziest shit that you can say that's disrespectful, that's not what I mean. Go hard means lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, step the shit up lyrically. Like, you can still make your point lyrically. You can still do all of the dazzling flows and all of that shit without, like, what was up with the Cassidy line? You just broke down the whole Cassidy situation. Why you go back there? What was the point behind that?
Cause at that point it was like, yo, you was intentional about what you said about the Sunship shit. So I just put that shit in there just as a bar. Niggas is not looking. But wait, the nigga he wasn't.
So y'all taking the Sunship thing and y'all kind of like running with that as
because
like,
the shit
like an excuse.
Because niggas got kids, my nigga. I have a son, so I took that shit. I was like, is that shit about me, my nigga? So I'm asking you, is that about me? I have every right to ask you that. I didn't put your son or any of your kids in anything I said. So if I ask you that and you have that response back, like, yeah, make it intentional, of course, this is what I'm gonna bring. This is the energy I'm gonna bring. So even with the Cassidy shit, when I spoke to him, when I let him hear the record, I was like, that's just a bar, my nigga. He doesn't have no ill will feelings to the shit.
I don't fucking care. This ain't about how Cassidy feel. I said what I said on my page already. That clears that up. I'm talking about my name. My name. You don't understand, man. I told you I don't want my name associated with that type of shit. You basically implying that I'm sitting around with a problem with a nigga.
But he knows that there's no problem.
No, man. Okay, man. You don't. You don't understand. Listen,
I'm telling you this, brother. I was just with him yesterday. He knows.
And I'm telling you, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I don't care. This ain't about how Cassidy feel. This is about my name. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you feel like you came with the energy that was warranted for the situation, then I guess it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I was off put by the energy, by you and Lupe's energy. If it's one of those things where, you know, niggas just say a bunch of shit and it's like niggas don't feel like it's no energy with it, then I'm telling you how I'm receiving it. So you as a writer and Lou as a writer, if you don't mean nothing by it, horribly missed their target. Because to say all of the shit he said and then be like, yeah, I'm gone and I ain't doing a podcast no more, I feel like it's bad blood. And I look at it like, from where? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's a separate conversation between me and Lou. You know what I mean? But how I feel energy wise, and listen, I got tough skin. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I ain't motherfucking, like I'm new to this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need